Hey everybody, welcome to the Eureka Springs channel. I'm Melody, your host, and we're coming to you from Eureka Springs, Arkansas, that quirky little corner of Northwest Arkansas where we try to get together with some of our neighbors and friends and new businesses and new business owners and anything that we think that you would want to learn about for Eureka Springs. We try to bring that to the forefront for you guys to enjoy. And today I have with me Joel and Stephen from Cottage Gardens. Let's get them on the screen. Hi gentlemen, how are you doing?
Doing good. Thanks
Good.
for
So which
having
one's
us.
Joel? Which one's Steven?
I'm Joel.
You're Joel.
Steven.
You're Steven. All right. So Rock Cottage Gardens. What in the world inspired the both of you guys to open a bed and breakfast? So that's not for the faint of heart. What inspired you to do this?
Well, this probably isn't a very common answer, but I needed to find somewhere to live
Okay.
when I was moving here for my project, and so I was looking for housing, and I drove through the historic loop and saw these cottages, and went and told a friend about it, and I was like, "What is that place?" And then I found out it
Yeah.
was for sale, and one
Yeah.
thing led to another.
And here you are. Well, Rock Cottage Gardens has been that's on the historic loop, correct?
Yes, we're
Okay. And what
located across the street from the hospital.
Okay, and I'm trying to remember. I'm like, do you know about when they were actually built originally?
Yeah, the main house here was built 1914, so around 112 years ago.
Holy smokes! Wow. Yeah, they're very unusual the way that they're constructed, and they're small, little, intimate, little bit cabins and cottages. They're kind of spread out all over the property. I guess that is the most unique thing about it, other than how a hotel works. Do you serve breakfast? What type of situation do people have there on the property?
So, to let people know what to expect, every morning the bell rings at 9 a.m., and then the guests filter in through the kitchen so they get to see everyone working and have a seat. We start with French press coffee and always dessert first. And then
Mm-hmm.
there's a full hot plate right after that. And it doesn't matter
Wow.
if a guest stays one day or 10, they will not have the same breakfast twice during their stay.
Yes. I mean, we're looking at some of your dishes too here. It looks like that looks like a good morning way to wake up right there for sure. Uh, Beautiful, beautiful presentations of your food. It looks like gourmet type foods. Looks delicious. Is there some type of homemade food that people talk about? Their most, what's rises to the top as people's favorites? I guess is what my question is.
What do you think, Loco Moco? The Loco Moco is probably one of the top two. And if you've never heard of it, it's Hawaiian inspired. So it is a bed of rice with a Salisbury steak on top of that, and then a fried egg and green onion on top of that.
Wow. Okay. So, is this was one of the photographs you sent to me that dish? I was trying to look. I
I
can't
don't
see.
think so, but we
Don't
did
think
have it
so. Okay.
yesterday.
Okay. All right. All right. So, is that a secret family recipe?
No, I used to build Burger Kings in Hawaii, and it was actually
Oh.
a local plate lunch thing, and it was on the menu there at fast food restaurants. And so my family always loved it when I made it for them. And so it was one of the first things I wanted on the menu here at the cottages.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're located in such a wonderful area. I mean, it's the beautiful neighborhood right there on the loop. Do people have a tendency to just do they hang out? What do people do? Do they go? Do they walk places? Do they get in their cars? What's the experience like for people that stay there?
So it's a little bit of everything. It kind of depends on like the individual and how active they are. But we sit on our own block, and there are over 2 acres of gardens here on the property. And so one of the favorite things to do is just meander and wander about, through through all of the gardens and looking at the flower beds and everything,
Yeah.
and then all the fountains.
Yeah. And that's a full time job, isn't it, gentlemen? Just to keep the property up and all the plantings and everything. Who's the gardener? Who of the two of you? Who's the gardener?
Neither.
Neither.
So
Okay.
Jessica and Arissa, we have uh, two great women that they help us with all of our cleaning, and they take the lead on all of the irrigation and landscaping.
Okay. Well, that's one thing off your plate, isn't it? All right.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, do both of you cook, or just one of you in particular? Or like both of you take turns, or
Yeah, we both
you
cook.
both
I
cook?
gravitate more towards the desserts.
Mm.
Stephen put in a baking room for me to make all of the desserts. And
To lock him in.
Good idea. Right, right. And
yeah.
so this is just, I mean, goodness, if you get, are you inspired to actually branch out and maybe do serve the actual general public with all these beautiful, delicious dishes?
Well, there are plans in the works. One of the most recent things that we did is put in a large deck patio with seating for almost 50.
Mm-hmm.
So there may be open reservations for breakfast in the works, or some other things as well.
Right, right. Well, and with that, with being able to seat that many people, I mean, that's an opportunity right there for sure. I mean, do y'all do weddings there on the property? Is that some of one of the offerings you guys do?
So we started doing weddings again about 3 months ago.
Yeah.
The the chapel had been mothballed for a little while, and we did a fresh remodel on it and have started doing weddings again. And
Okay.
we have three reverends: Joel, myself, and Lisa.
Okay. All right. And is that something that people can package out with you ahead of time or spur of the moment? How much planning goes involved for someone to do a wedding on your property?
Either way, but for a larger wedding of up to 100 people, we
Mm,
definitely need to plan ahead for that.
wow.
But right now, we're running an elopement special. So for $445 is the special. That includes your overnight stay with our breakfast, um, use of the chapel, your reverend, one of our homemade wedding cakes, and a bottle of champagne.
Ooh, nice. That's a great, great price. Specifically during these times right now. I know I get a lot of calls for people wanting to do small, little intimate things. So that's a perfect, perfect price. A great price point, and what a value there for sure. That's a lot of stuff, a lot of good bells and whistles for that price. That's a one to people. If you're listening, take a hold of that one because that's a really great deal for y'all. Well, that's exciting to have the chapel back open. I know I've shot there many times over the years, in years past. It is a really cute chapel, really good place. You mentioned though, you mentioned 100 people though. I didn't recognize that y'all could do that many people on the property. That was kind of new to me. I didn't know that.
Outdoor weddings in the gardens.
In the gardens, okay. So I'm
Mhm.
sure everybody has to shuttle and all the parking has to be, all that has to be planned out. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
It
yeah.
takes some planning.
Takes some planning, but I bet you guys can doll it. Y'all could dish it out if you needed to. That's for sure. Well, congratulations. A new year, and I think you guys, by word the grapevine in Eureka Springs, weren't y'all featured here lately on something pretty special?
Oh, made this little TV show on Amazon Prime called Staycation.
Yeah. How was that? What was that like?
Y- We were really, really honored when they called and asked us to be on the show. Um, Leading up to it, including that morning, it was a little bit stressful. Trying to have everything like presentable and ready and done. But the staff from Staycation was really like a pleasure to work with.
Yeah. Has that already aired or is it yet to be aired on Amazon
So
Prime?
we will start to have sneak peeks on our Rock Cottage Gardens Facebook and Instagram,
Okay.
and it will air sometime in September. And
Oh, okay.
so we ask people just to keep checking back, and we'll filter that information in there. as
Okay.
soon as it's made available to us.
Wow, well, that's exciting, and congratulations. That is quite an honor to be featured on something of that caliber. That's fantastic, fantastic. Well, that just proves that you're doing something right, guys. There at the property, and it is a really neat place. If you're not stayed at the Rock Cottage Gardens, be sure and look them up on the internet. Call Joel and Stephen and find out more about any questions, any answers to your questions you might have. If you're watching, you can help us spread the word about Rock Cottage Gardens by clicking that like, share, and follow, and be sure and share it with any of your friends. More than anything, if you've got somebody in your world that's going to be getting married and want to get married here in Eureka Springs, that is a heck of a deal for that particular wedding coverage there. I'm excited about actually spreading the word myself about that one. I'm always excited to be able to give something to somebody, give information that's more, affordable for people, but of great quality and class. And so that's a great place to be for that. Congratulations, gentlemen, and thank you for all that you do for Eureka Springs by improving the property here in Eureka Springs and making it once again another trip around the sun of a fantastic property here in Eureka Springs. Thanks for
Thanks
joining
so
me
much.
today, guys.
Thanks
See
for
you
having
next time.
us.
Thanks.
Bye. Rock Cottage Gardens. Gosh, man, they have had so much going on. What an exciting time for both of them to be a part of something so special on Amazon Prime and the new wedding offerings and all the improvements that they've done. Be sure and check them out and show them a little bit of love by liking and sharing and following us, and share this information with people that you know in your life. Tag somebody who might be interested in what they've got going on over there. Thank you for watching us today and for tuning in to the Eureka Springs channel. And as always, we appreciate your support and your kindness in keeping us up and running. And don't forget, you can go to eurekasprings.channel.com if you're looking for the community calendar of events. You can find out all the events in Eureka Springs by visiting our website. You can also go to our group page on Facebook, which is Eureka Springs Calendar of Events as a group. And we're also on Facebook under the Eureka Springs channel. Make sure you have the Eureka Springs channel on Facebook to find us. Thanks again for watching us, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye, guys.